Yes, so Irish, you are always welcome to Taiwan.
欢迎你来到台湾。
Hello and welcome to Perspectives with Nilo. I'm your host, Nilo Sullivan, and if this is your first time joining us on the podcast, our goal is to bring you news and views from around the world from an Irish perspective. Although Perspectives with Nilo is just over a year old, we already have quite a few episodes, and you can find all of them on our blog site at pwnilo.com or wherever you get your podcasts, so feel free to check them out when you have a chance. Many of our recent episodes have been about Taiwan, and as it's the time of year when many of us think about our travel plans, we decided to visit the Holiday World Show, which took place at the RDS in Dublin recently, to find out more about travelling to Taiwan. Taiwan is an amazing gateway to Asia, whether you want to take an exciting holiday or spend some time learning Mandarin Chinese. Later in the episode, we'll chat with Evan Furlong, who is the director of the Taiwan Center for Mandarin Learning in Ireland. But first, we were delighted to meet up with Taiwan's ambassador to Ireland, His Excellency Pierre Yang. All right. Well, Ambassador, it's very good to talk with you. You're very welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm very happy to be here. Yeah.
So for people who might be interested in traveling to Taiwan on a summer vacation or on a trip, can you tell them, first of all, whereabouts it is for those that might be rusty on the geography?
Yes, Taiwan is an Asian country, East Asia. So it's far from here. It's about, because there is no direct flight to Taiwan from Ireland, from Dublin, from Ireland. So we must go firstly another European country like London, England, or Amsterdam, or Rome. So it takes about totally 16 hours to fly to Taiwan. But it is very worthy, you know. Taiwan is another, compared to Ireland, is another beautiful island. But the weather is totally different. It's warmer, always in summer or spring for Irish people.
Subtropical, right? It's pretty close to the equator. Yeah.
Yes. And it is different from Ireland. Even they are both islands. But Taiwan, we have a lot of mountain, more than 250 mountain is higher than 3,000 meters. So it's good for climbing. Yeah, climbing. And because it's a small island, much smaller than Ireland. Ireland is almost more than 2 times than Taiwan. So every point, every place in Taiwan is close to mountain and close to the sea. So one day you can go to the mountain and then go to sea. Enjoy the two different beauties.
And how about the population of Taiwan? Many people?
Yes, it's 23 million Taiwanese live in the island.
On an island half the size of Ireland, that's fairly densely populated.
Yes. And with a lot of high mountains, so it's not good for the people to live. So the city is very density. Yeah.
And how about the language? They speak Mandarin Chinese?
Mandarin Chinese is the most popular language. But we also speak Taiwanese, Hakka, and some indigenous language. So it's a multicultural island. It's how can I say that? The diversity of the language is very attractive, interesting.
So for people from Ireland who might visit there, will they be able to understand and make their way around if they don't speak Chinese?
But English is the most popular language in Taiwan. The first foreign language is English. The second is Japanese. So if you don't speak Mandarin, Taiwanese, don't be afraid. English is very popular. You are very safe.
And you have your own currency as well, right? The new Taiwan dollar, that's correct?
Yeah. New Taiwan dollar is about now is 30 €1 is 30 new Taiwan dollars. Yeah.
And let me ask you about visiting then for vacation. What do people normally do? What are the big attractions for people who visit Taiwan on vacation?
It depends what you want, but firstly, it's a country give you a totally different experience. So high mountain, for example, very devised nature, animals, birds. I love birds very much. I found the birds in Taiwan is totally different from birds in Ireland, in Europe. So that's very, very interesting. And if you like activity on the sea, that will be more than interesting. It's similar but different because here it's colder in Ireland, but in Taiwan it's warmer. So you will more enjoyable about the sea activities. Yeah.
I know on the East Coast it sits right on the edge of the Pacific, so it's quite famous for scuba diving and a lot of those kind of activities.
That's a very Taiwan. In fact, is a most important sea activity for the Pacific Islands in East Asia.
And you also have some very nice scenic attractions inland, like Taroko Gorge and Sun Moon Lake. Tell us about some of those areas.
There is in the middle of Taiwan is Sun Moon Lake. It's very famous, but in the south there are another interesting cities you should visit. For example, Tainan. Even now in Tainan, we can find a lot of Dutch castle in Tainan because the first European who arrived at Taiwan is Dutch or Portuguese. You know, another name of Taiwan is Formosa. Formosa is Portuguese. So,
Portuguese name,
yeah.
Oh, very interesting. I know Taiwan is also very famous for its food. Night markets and a huge choice of different things. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, Taiwanese food. I found the European food is interesting also for me, but always I miss Taiwan because street food, bao, and how can oyster,
beef noodle, sure. Beef, mian, right?
Noodle mian, beef noodle, oyster omelette. A lot of you can find anything, and with the price maybe half of the European average price. Yeah.
Also, as a European visiting Taiwan, I'm always amazed by the huge number of wonderful bakeries. So many wonderful baked goods, which for European very hard to resist.
Yes, but we love that. So we learned a lot of young men come to Europe to learn how to bake, how to make the lovely cake, lovely bread. So even now, you can find Irish soda bread in Taipei.
Wow.
And in Taipei, our capital, there are now so far 3 Irish pubs. And there you can find the Irish stir and with Irish soda bread.
So they can feel right at home when they visit Taiwan. Yeah. So I know also there's a lot wonderful examples of Chinese culture in Taiwan. You have the National Palace Museum.
Yes. You know the history of Taiwan is very complicated. So after World War II, a lot of people immigrate or refugees from mainland China. So they bring a lot of treasure, cultural treasure from China to Taiwan. So we have the most important Chinese treasure museum in Taipei, National Palace Museum. But we have another lovely museum, modern art, indigenous people's art, and a lot of Japanese culture influence Taiwan also. So we have a lot of Japanese style museum also in Taipei. So that's why I say it's a multicultural island. It's not only Chinese, but truly speaking, Chinese culture is one of the most important culture in Taiwan.
And I guess whichever time of year people visit, there's also lots of festivals. I remember hearing about the Hot Air Balloon Festival and the Lantern Festival, all these wonderful things. Tell us about some of those.
Because in the beginning, I think it's 9 or 10 February will be Lunar New Year. So for the Lunar New Year, we have a New Year festival, then Lantern festival, a lot of festival, because we keep the Chinese tradition in Taiwan. So for the Mid-Autumn, we have a Mid-Autumn festival. For the winter, for the spring, we have several different festivals. So it's, I can say it's also a festival island.
And so just for the practical aspect then of getting around and traveling around the island for people who visit, how is public transport in Taiwan?
It's a high-speed rail in Taiwan. We have a very efficient high-speed rail in Taiwan. So from the north, Taipei, to the south, Kaohsiung, it's about 19 minutes for more than 300 kilometers. The distance. So even if you like, you can take the high-speed rail just one day from north to south and go back to Taipei.
And also I think there's a pretty efficient bus service and local train service as well, of course.
Yes. The Taiwan Railway is also very efficient. So you can combine the high-speed rail because there's only one line, and then use the local, we say Taiwan Railway network to do that. And also, cycling is very popular in Taiwan also. So you can combine cycling with high-speed rail. You can bring your bicycle to the rail, and then to the small city, small village, you can use your bicycle. That will be more interesting and good for the health.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And I notice also Taiwan is always very popular with people wanting to learn Mandarin Chinese, students and so on.
Yes.
And has a very good reputation in teaching.
So if you have enough time, so you can go to Taiwan for several weeks, several months, then stay there for a while to learn Mandarin in Taiwan with how can I say, lovely people. So you can interact. Yes, you can practice not only at class, not only in the school, but also in your daily life. Practice the language. And there is no taboo in Taiwan, so you can speak as you like. You can ask any question, and you can know better culture with open-minded society.
And I know there's quite a few Irish people living in Taiwan also. We heard recently from the Taiwan GAA Celts. There's a GAA football team in Taipei. So quite a few Irish people living in Taiwan as well.
Yeah, there is not very big but very energetic community, Irish community in Taiwan. Most of them are in Taipei or in Taichung, because now Taichung we have a very important wind energy project. So a lot of Irish engineer go to Taiwan for this project. So there is a very big, not big, it's about 600 to 800 people Irish people live in Taiwan now for the moment. Yeah, so they build now, as I know, they create 4 Irish pubs in Taiwan. 3 of them in Taipei, 1 in Taichung.
Good to know that. Yes.
So you Irish people always bring the Guinness everywhere in the world.
Absolutely, you have to have that. And for people visiting then for vacation or a short business trip, on the visa situation, I believe you don't need a visa if you visit Taiwan.
If you want to stay only within 90 days,
Yes.
you don't need a visa. But if you need to stay longer, you can apply the visa very easy go to our office. So it's very easy.
So this is your office here in Dublin. We'll help with all of that. But I think the good news is that for just visitor, it's very easy. You just bring your passport and your plane ticket, and that's it.
Yeah. But if more than 90 days, you can come to our office. The address is 8 Lower Hatch Street, Dublin 2. So
easy to find.
Yeah, easy to find. Yeah,
okay.
You can Google that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Ambassador, it's been great chatting with you. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge and insight on Taiwan. And we hope lots of Irish people will visit in the coming months.
Yes. So Irish, you are always welcome to Taiwan.
That's Taiwan's ambassador to Ireland, His Excellency Pierre Yang. Also in attendance on the Taiwan stand at the Holiday World Show was Yvonne Furlong.
Yes, I am the principal of Dublin School of Mandarin Chinese, but recently in 2022 we have established Taiwan Center for Mandarin Learning. So I'm the director for the Taiwan Center for Mandarin Learning in Ireland. Yeah.
And so people can join your school and you teach them in-class sessions, online sessions. How does it work?
Sure. In the previous 4 terms, we have been running classes in 2 locations. One in Dublin 8, the other one in Greystones. That's where the school is based. So, we open for like parents, for example, and then the local people. But this year, we're actually going to open more classes because after 4 terms, we actually have gained some momentum and gained popularity. So we have classes not just for beginners anymore. We have classes for more advanced. Since the students have been with us for the last 4 terms. So we're actually going to start our new term in February. We have an open day on the 29th of January, which I think might be too late for this podcast. But anyway, you can cut it. We run classes in Dublin 2. It's the same location as Alliance Française on Kildare Street. So we're classes in person, that is 2 hours, and then we have an online class, which is an hour.
And how do people contact you or find out about these?
And the best thing is probably look online. Just Google Taiwan Center for Mandarin Learning Ireland. You get to our social pages. We have a website. I think that's probably the best.
And we were talking with the ambassador earlier about, what a great reputation Taiwan has as regards for Mandarin learning. And of course, in Taiwan itself, there are many schools and universities that teach Mandarin at very advanced levels. Do you have any partnerships with schools over there, or is there an opportunity for people who, once they've got their baseline learning here in Dublin, they could travel to Taiwan, spend some time in Taiwan and have a more immersive experience? Is that an option?
For sure, yeah. I will highly recommend NTNU because they cater for all levels. And also, you might not be aware that the Taiwanese government has offered various scholarships. For example, one of them they call Mandarin Enrichment Scholarships, which offer learners €700 a month, which is enough to cover for your accommodation, your course, and tiny bit of expenses. So, it's a very good offer, and you could apply through the office here in Dublin.
So how would you say welcome to Taiwan in Mandarin?
欢迎你来到台湾.
All right. Well, Yvonne, it's great talking with you.
Thank you.
谢谢你.
不客气.
That's Yvonne Furlong, who is the director of the Taiwan Center for Mandarin Learning in Ireland. And before that, Taiwan's ambassador to Ireland, Pierre Yang, speaking with me recently at the Holiday World Show in Dublin. My sincere thanks to both Ivan and Ambassador Yang for taking the time to talk with us on Perspectives with Nilo. The Lonely Planet Guide says that Taiwan is generous like its 23 million people and offers wondrous vistas, lively traditions and a culture as luxuriant as Jade Mountain on a sunny day. If you'd like to know more about visiting Taiwan, we've placed information and links to multiple resources in the Dive Deeper section of our blog, as well as information on the Taiwan Center for Mandarin Learning in Ireland. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'd really appreciate a like, share or follow on our social media pages, which are linked on our blog site at pwnilo.com. And thanks in advance for your support. And that's where we leave it for now. Until the next time, thank you for listening. Zai Tian.